Beloved, something is already shifting, even if you cannot yet name it. Beyond what your eyes can reach, beyond the noise of everyday life, there is a quiet movement unfolding. A presence is awakening, gently aligning itself with the path you've been walking in silence. Every thought you've held, every moment you've endured, every quiet hope you've protected has been sending out a signal. And now, that signal is being heard. There are souls, somewhere in this vast world, who are beginning to feel what you've felt for so long. Not because they know you, but because they are meant to find you. They are drawn by something deeper than logic, something sacred and unexplainable. Deep calls to deep in the roar of your waterfalls. Psalm 42:7. What you carry is not random. It is a calling. You may have felt alone in your journey, as if no one truly understood the weight you hold or the light you protect. But that is changing. The ones who resonate with your spirit are moving closer, guided by the same quiet knowing that has been guiding you. And we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love Him. Romans 8:28. Trust this unfolding. You are not lost. You are being led. You're not imagining the restlessness within you, that quiet stirring, that sense that something is shifting just beneath the surface. It's real. It's not anxiety, and it's not confusion. It's recognition. Somewhere, beyond your current reach, there are souls beginning to sense you just as deeply as you sense them. Not through words, not through introductions, but through something far more ancient. Your spirit is responding to a call, and at the same time, it is calling others home. This isn't about casual connection. It goes far beyond shared interests or similar opinions. What's unfolding is a return, a convergence of lives that were always meant to intersect. The deep things of God are revealed by the Spirit. 1 Corinthians 2:10. There are layers to who you are that most people were never meant to access, not because you are hidden, but because they were never meant to understand that depth. And that's why you've felt out of place for so long. You've been the quiet observer, the one who listens beyond what is said. You've sat in rooms full of noise and still felt the silence inside your chest. You've smiled when it was expected, even when something within you remained untouched. You've carried conversations that never quite reached your soul. And over time, you learned to soften yourself, to dim your intensity, to make others more comfortable. But that wasn't weakness. It was wisdom, trying to protect you in environments that could not hold your truth. Guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Proverbs 4:23. You were guarding something sacred, even when you didn't fully understand it yourself. It may have felt like rejection when people drifted away or failed to see you, but it wasn't. It was direction. Not everyone is meant to walk beside you. Not everyone is built to recognize the depth you carry. Just as a certain frequency can only be received by a tuned receiver, your essence can only be met by those who are aligned with it. And until that alignment exists, there will always be distance. That's why it has taken time, because your people, your true tribe, were never going to find a version of you that was edited, reduced, or reshaped to fit into smaller spaces. They could not recognize you while you were hiding behind what felt acceptable. Not because you weren't worthy before, but because what you were presenting was not your full signal. But something has changed. You've begun to let go of the roles, the expectations, the quiet performances that once kept you safe. You've started to stand in your truth, even if it feels unfamiliar, even if it feels like standing alone. And in doing so, you are becoming visible in a way you never were before. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. Isaiah 60:1. This is not about becoming someone new. It is about allowing what has always been within you to finally be seen. You are learning to exist without shrinking, to sit in silence without needing to fill it, to hold your presence without apologizing for it. There is a quiet strength growing within you, one that does not depend on validation or applause. It simply is. And while you've been shedding old layers, others have been doing the same. Across different places, different lives, there are people awakening to themselves, remembering parts of their spirit they once buried. They are feeling the same pull, the same quiet urgency to move closer to something they cannot yet name. This is not about waiting to be discovered. It is about becoming unmistakable. Not louder, not more polished, but more true. Because when you stand clearly in who you are, you become impossible to miss by those who are meant to find you. And let us consider how we may spur one another on toward love and good deeds, not giving up meeting together. Hebrews 10:24-25. The connections meant for you are not random. They are intentional, woven into your path long before you could see them. So, trust this moment. Trust the unfolding. You are not behind. You are not lost. You are aligning. And as you do, the distance between you and those who are meant to walk with you is quietly, steadily closing. It doesn't mean you'll walk into a room one day and instantly recognize the people meant for you. It's quieter than that, deeper than eye contact or first impressions. You'll feel it before you can explain it. A shift in your chest, a sense of ease that arrives without effort. Your mind may take a moment to catch up, but your spirit will already know. There's no need to perform, no need to prove anything. The connection simply exists, as if something within you has finally exhaled after holding its breath for years. It's like trying keys on a door you've never opened before. One by one, they turn halfway, get stuck, or don't fit at all. You start to wonder if the door was ever meant to open for you. And then, almost unexpectedly, one key slides in smoothly. It turns without resistance. The lock clicks, soft but certain. In that moment, something deeper than thought tells you this is it. Not because you forced it, not because you figured it out, but because it was always the right match. That's what it's like when your people begin to enter your life. There is no strain in it, no confusion, just recognition. By their fruit, you will recognize them. Matthew 7:16. Not by their words alone, not by how impressive they seem, but by what their presence produces within you. Peace, clarity, a quiet strength, but to recognize them, something within you has to change first. You have to release the idea that staying in pain is a form of loyalty. You have to stop convincing yourself that enduring what drains you is somehow noble. There is no reward for remaining in spaces that ask you to disappear. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Isaiah 43:18-19. Growth requires movement. And sometimes movement means letting go. The people meant for you will not make you feel smaller. They won't ask you to dilute who you are. Instead, they will steady you. They will meet you in a place that feels honest. When you speak, they won't just hear your words. They will understand what lives beneath them. And even in silence, there will be no discomfort, only presence. But this kind of connection asks something real from you. You cannot keep hiding behind the version of yourself that was built just to survive. That version carried you through difficult places, yes, but it is not meant to define where you go next. You are being called into remembrance, into the part of you that knows who you are without fear shaping it. Consider the story of David before he became king. When he stood before Goliath, he refused to wear armor that didn't belong to him. Others tried to prepare him with what had worked for them, but David chose what was true to him: a sling, a stone, and a quiet certainty. The Lord who rescued me will rescue me from the hand of this Philistine. 1 Samuel 17:37. He didn't win by becoming someone else. He won by standing fully as himself. That is the same call on your life. When you begin to live from that place, you stop chasing connection. You start recognizing it. You see it not in loud praise or attention, but in the way your body relaxes around certain people, the way you no longer question your worth in their presence, the way silence feels safe instead of heavy. Your people will reflect you back to yourself. They will speak thoughts you've only ever written in private. They will sit with you in stillness, not trying to fix it, not trying to fill it, but honoring it. These connections are not built on convenience or proximity. They are built on truth, and something else will shift. You will stop feeling exhausted by relationships, because for so long, your energy has been working overtime, adjusting, translating, performing just to belong. It's like living your whole life speaking a language that was never truly yours. And then one day, someone speaks your native tongue. There is no effort in it, only relief. But here is the truth many people don't expect. Not every person meant for you will arrive gently. Some will challenge you. Some will unsettle parts of you that you thought were already healed. Because real connection doesn't only comfort, it reveals. It brings light to places you've kept hidden, and that can feel uncomfortable at first. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, Proverbs 27:6. Not wounds meant to harm you, but truths that refine you. There will be people who stretch you, not through harshness, but through honesty. They will see you clearly, sometimes more clearly than you see yourself. And in that clarity, you will be invited to grow, to let go of old patterns, to step more fully into who you are becoming. So, don't confuse discomfort with danger. Sometimes what shakes you is what awakens you. Sometimes what challenges you is what carries you forward. The right connections won't keep you small. They will call you higher, not by force, but by truth. And in that truth, you won't just feel seen. You will feel known. There is something sacred about the people who are truly meant for you. They don't just stand at a distance and observe your growth. They stir it. They call it forward. In their presence, parts of you begin to come alive without force, without pressure. It's not something you have to try to become. It's something that naturally rises when you are finally seen in truth. But to receive that kind of connection, you have to arrive as who you are now, not who you used to be. You can't keep wearing old versions of yourself just to feel accepted. You can't keep presenting a story that no longer reflects your spirit. There is a quiet courage in letting yourself be seen as you are, even if you're still healing, still learning, still becoming. He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion. Philippians 1-6. You are allowed to be in progress and still be worthy of real connection, because your people are not looking for perfection. They are not measuring your worth by how put together you appear. They are drawn to what is real. They are listening for something honest, something that echoes back to their own spirit. And when that alignment happens, things begin to unfold in a way that feels almost effortless. Conversations flow, doors open, moments feel strangely familiar, like something your soul already understands before your mind can explain it. But here is something important to hold on to. Not everyone who feels familiar is meant to remain in your life. Some people come as reminders. They awaken something in you, help you see more clearly, then move on. Others come to stay, to build, to walk beside you in a deeper way. Both matter, both have purpose, but they carry different roles. A time to tear, and a time to mend. A time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing. Ecclesiastes 3-7. Knowing the difference is part of your growth. You will feel it, not just in your thoughts, but in your body. Some connections may seem right on the surface, but leave you feeling unsettled underneath. Others bring a quiet, calm, a sense of peace that doesn't need explanation. Pay attention to that. Don't ignore it. Don't try to reason your way out of what your spirit already knows. Discernment is not doubt. It is guidance. It is what keeps you from confusing what looks right with what actually is right. And if you're wondering where your tribe is, The answer is not in chasing or searching harder. It's in becoming more grounded in who you truly are. The Lord is near to all who call on Him, to all who call on Him in truth. Psalm 145:18. Truth is what draws the right people closer. Stay in spaces that feel real. Speak honestly, even when it's uncomfortable. Create instead of waiting to be noticed. Show up in ways that reflect who you are becoming, not who you think you need to be. Sometimes your people will find you in the most unexpected places. A simple message, a quiet exchange, a moment that seems small but carries weight you can't ignore. Stay open to those moments, because this was never about being chosen. It's about recognizing those who are already being guided toward you, just as you are being guided toward them. And as that distance closes, your intuition will become clearer, stronger, harder to ignore. Trust it. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust in Him, and He will do this. Psalm 37:5. This is not by accident. This is alignment. The people entering your life now are not there by accident. There is intention behind it. There is timing in it. There is something greater at work, weaving paths together in ways you could not have planned. So, let this be your reminder. You are not too much. You are not difficult to love. You were simply not meant to be fully seen by everyone, only by those who are aligned with who you truly are. And now that you are beginning to show up as that person, they can finally recognize you. I'm really glad you stayed until the end of this message. If this message connected with you in any way, don't just move on from it. Sit with it for a second. Let it land. And if you feel it, you can leave a simple comment like, "Amen," or "I feel this." Not for validation, but as a quiet moment of honesty with yourself. A way of acknowledging that something inside you is shifting. And if there's someone in your life who's been feeling out of place, like they don't quite belong anywhere, send this to them. You don't need to explain anything. Just let the message speak for itself. If you're in a season where you're starting to show up more truthfully, where you're letting go of what no longer fits and stepping into who you really are, stay connected here. There's more to explore, more to understand, and more to grow into. Take your time, trust your pace, and keep moving toward what feels real.